Yo, what's up? Hey, Rusty, how's it going? Feels like deja vu. It's like I said that before a couple times in my life. Volcano Cave.
Hey!
Oh, what the heck? It went over. Oh my god. She missed. Oh! Did miss that one. Ooh, headshot. There's some Helldiver stuff I want to listen to. Some coffee here. We got my morning coffee. Oh,
Due to technical issues at the launch of Helldivers 2, we allowed the linking requirements for Steam accounts to PlayStation Network account to be temporarily optional. That grace period will now expire. See details below in the post. Account linking plays a critical role for protecting our players and upholding the values of safety and security provided on PlayStation and PlayStation Studios games. This is our main way to protect players from griefing and abuse, the enabling of banning of players that engage in that type of behavior. It also allows those players that have been banned the right to appeal. As such, as of May 6th, all new Helldivers 2 players on Steam will be required to connect their Steam account to a PlayStation Network account.
That would have been bad.
Current players on Steam will start to see the mandatory login from May 30th and will be required to have a Steam login by June 4th. And so this has 0 updates. Ooh. And 711 comments. So people are pretty unhappy about this. Let's see if I can find Helldivers 2 discussions. If I knew about the linking, I would have never purchased it. Steam will not refund you. Will you vote for Helldivers 2 as Game of the Year? A refund if PSN is unavailable in your country. Organize. As someone who has a PSN account, the mandatory account linking is
oh wait, let me restart
Female
Modo. I think
need bikini
I haven't
armor.
restarted Modo
Right.
in a while.
Okay. You guys were so cool, but now you suck. I want my money back. Let's see what people on Reddit are saying. Okay, so PlayStation account will be required to play. I'm tired of having to make secondary accounts to play shit. Everything has to have its own account with its own anti-cheat. It's all bloat. Did I miss some notice or warning on Steam about this? You could literally buy the game without seeing the single warning about the third-party account. Not to mention you could skip linking a PSN account in-game. Fucking Sony. They want my data so bad they can buy it from Google like everybody else does. Protecting our players. Found I have a PSN account, then why the fuck is this thing trying to make me make one? Everyone do note that this is because of Sony. Kind of annoying, but making an account is free, and this is indeed annoying. Yeah, as to be expected. Yeah, this sucks. And here's the perspective, right? If you play Helldivers and you don't have a PlayStation 5, you don't have a Sony account, this adds nothing to the game for you. Like, if I was Helldivers 2, what I would do is I would make linking your account, like, if you link your account, you get a bunch of cosmetic stuff. Like, add in a few extra cosmetics, so that way people feel like they're getting something out of it, rather than, oh wow, now I have to make another account with another password, and then I have to be logged in, and now I'm getting emails from another thing. So the reason why Sony is doing this is their mindset is probably that if somebody makes a PlayStation account, they're going to be more likely to be in the PlayStation ecosystem, so they want to use Helldivers as effectively a gateway drug to giving PlayStation and Sony more money. That's clearly the reason why they're doing it. And this is like a good example of the things that I was talking about before, where it's like you're introducing something that has a corporate upside, but has no upside to the player. So what they should do really is, like, they probably have to do this. It's not like they have a choice, but they do probably have a choice in terms of cosmetics. They should give out cosmetics for linking the account, and I think that would get rid of probably like 50% of the complainy boys. Makes no sense to the player who doesn't have an account. Yeah, exactly. Like, because you think about it, like, whenever I played Helldivers, why would I want to link to my PlayStation account? Why would I want to do that? Like, I don't want to. Why? That's just like, that's stupid. Like, I'm already logged in on Steam. It's a bait and switch. When you bought the game from Steam, there was no info on you needing a PlayStation account to play it. When you buy an EA or Ubisoft game, you are told that you need to install another app. Yeah, but the truth is that if people like the game, they'll eat this shit. They will easily eat this shit, and it will not bother them at all. They will lose, I'm sure, dozens of players over this. But otherwise, people are happy about it, and they're happy with the game. There is almost nothing that will get in the way of people playing a game that they think is fun. That's just really the truth. Yeah, I'm eating it. Yeah, who here is eating this shit? And I understand that this is, you know, kind of a negative take, but I think that it's true. I do. Not accepting the PlayStation account without question is treason. Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, people are probably just going to take it, and that's it. They probably didn't plan on doing this originally, then the game became the 7th highest selling Sony game. Yeah, that might also be a factor. I actually think that Sony probably planned this ahead of time. Yeah, it's for shareholders to fake the numbers of PlayStation users. Well, I think that it's definitely true that the more people that you have, and like, I think that their logic is sound. That the more people that you have that have PlayStation accounts, the higher, like, if you look at a Venn diagram, or like, if you take the fucking group of people that don't have a PlayStation account, and then the group of people that do, probably the people that have PlayStation accounts will be more likely to spend money on the Sony store or spend money for PlayStation stuff. Like, it's just logical, right? Because you removed a barrier of entry. It's kind of like Google Fiber would install like fiber optic lines in anybody's house, even if they're not buying Google Fiber, because they assume that, you know, if they did that, it would remove one of the barriers to entry, and then it would be a sale later on in the future. So, yeah, I think this is kind of the same foundational thinking. Forcing it will forever link PlayStation and PC player bases via crossplay. Now they're disconnected. Yeah. What about people who can't make PlayStation accounts in places like China, Russia, or Philippines, or places you can't have an account? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, I mean, maybe they're gonna have like a separate like option. Like, yeah, I really, fuck. Great question. Sony doesn't allow Ukraine players to register PlayStation accounts without buying a PS4 or PS5, basically locking them out of hell. That what?
Well, time to buy a PlayStation.
Sadly, if they will not change this, not all allowed countries are actually allowed if they don't own a PS4 or PS5. Ukraine,
What?
one of
You
examples.
finally start laying
This is where we
fiber
get
around
local
you,
support.
but
Basically,
start
neutral
Link
port
because
deployment.
you're tired of waiting.
Thank you, Helldivers 2, Arrowhead, and Sony for not.
I wish I had,
disclosing
like,
that the
Google
game
Fiber
will be
growing
locked
up. That
for
would've been
me if
nice.
I don't own a console. I didn't even get the link
Bro, it literally says right
They're
here.
like just coming out.
account window.
When I was still
living
living in the US.
The people that surely would get locked were the ones to not
Like,
get
we
it.
still had like
Read this.
Comcast.
It's
Like
right here.
Comcast is like
Good day.
the
Thank you for
monopoly of
contacting PlayStation
everything.
Network User Information Center. In response to your request, we would like to inform you that the registration of an account of the region of Ukraine is only possible through the console itself.
What the fuck, man? That's so, like, what the that's awful. So now now they're holding the game hostage, and all you have to do is pay $500 for a PS5.
The number of your appeal is shown in
It's so crazy to me because like 10 years ago, this was the opposite, where Xbox was the bad one and Sony was the good one. And now Xbox is the good one.
They're all
and
bad.
Sony's the bad one.
There's
What
no
the
good or
fuck
bad. They're
happened?
all bad. Okay.
subject of the letter. Please call it operator communication.
No one
Oh.
understands.
When answering by email, please save the correspondence.
There is no good or bad. There's only make more money or make less money.
California? You think it was
I'm
California?
going to be real with you.
All that liberal
There's a
shit.
couple of geopolitical things you don't want to touch on the internet right now. Sony treating people in Ukraine like shit right now.
That's one of them.
That's not the play.
Yeah.
I understand Twitter.
I wonder how many other places this is the case for. Because, like, it's happening in Ukraine. That's fucking garbage. But I wonder how many other places get this same thing. India, too?
I was actually gonna buy Helldivers as well. I'm just like too busy to play a whole
Man.
lot of games.
A lot.
I just like
And this is
play
probably
one
going
game.
to be the worst possible thing that Sony can go through. This email is like a nuclear bomb.
And like
That's what this is.
Helldivers, right?
That email is a nuclear bomb.
I've already kind of played like Destiny 2, so well, isn't like Destiny 2 just like Helldivers, except that you have more types of enemies to fight besides just like robots and aliens. I don't know.
This email is the worst PR disaster we have ever seen at Ground Zero. We're watching this before the bomb goes off.
It's hard for me really to say. I'm not sure if I agree with them that it's going to be that big of a deal. I think the truth is that, you know, the Ukraine conflict's been going on for a really long time. People have already kind of made up their mind on it. So it's like, you know, I'm not sure if the energy is still going to be there. But the thing is that the energy should be there if it's Ukraine, Russia, China, Israel, Palestine, Mongolia, Japan, America, Canada. It should be the people should be pissed off no matter where the fuck this is. This is awful.
Should
The
live
Ukraine
off.
thing makes it a lot worse. Yeah, it's like what
You should live in a constant state of being pissed off. It's good for your. It's good for your liver.
the fuck, man? Like, you're getting bombed by them, and now you're getting fucked by Sony, too? Oh, my God. Yeah, there's more states that does not have PSN than have it. Only 69 states. You mean countries? Yeah, I saw that. Map on Reddit. I made a map that shows which countries. Okay, hey, guys. Nothing says Super Earth more than disallowing half of the Earth to play the game. That's crazy. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Wow. What the fuck? Jesus. Is there a single good one? Oh my God. It seems like people are just a little bit upset. 25k negative reviews.
It's overwhelming negative now. I checked.
Okay.
Actually, I
people
didn't
are
check,
really
like,
mad.
personally.
What's
I
the
just
big
checked
deal?
Reddit. Let's go see.
Okay.
Let's take a look here.
Here's what the big deal is. It's fucking annoying. That, I think, is the actual problem.
Still overwhelming.
Like, people can talk about
negative.
like
Oh my
anything
God.
else, but I think that people just
That's like half
it's fucking
of
annoying
all reviews.
and they don't want to have to do it. Everything
That's
else is just more salt in the wound.
It's
But
pity
that's
because
the-
this is
that's
like
the
a really
real
cool looking
problem,
game, honestly.
Is that it's fucking annoying. It's added friction. It's
There's
added
some really
friction
awesome
with no
designs
value to
for
the
the
consumer.
aliens.
Like in Helldivers 2, what they should have done, they should have said that if you link your account, you're going to get a like a new skin or something like that in the game. And I bet they would have had less than half of this amount of pushback. But the fact is that if you are a player on Steam, there is no added benefit for you having a PlayStation account.
Yeah, no
So
regional
why, and
pricing
you don't have a
is
PlayStation, assuming, right?
is
So
really bizarre.
Why would they want to have that? Why would they want to have to deal with that? Sony changed their EULA about PC games not requiring a PlayStation account this week. Check Helldivers Reddit. Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll look and see if I can pull it up right now. Here we go, 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 here we go.
Oh no, he's going to the Reddit now.
Fucking caught. Sony changing their own words. Accounts were optional. Like in the first picture, Sony comes in and says it's required and changes their wording on the PSN PC games. I guess they must have
think there
watched
could
my
be a
video
line
about
here. Let's
Escape from Tarkov, and they said, hey, that's
Let's go do
actually a pretty
this.
good idea. Do I have to sign
go.
into PlayStation Network to play a PlayStation game on PC? Signing into PlayStation Network is optional when playing a PlayStation game on PC. Do I have to sign into a This is the new version. Do I have to sign into a PlayStation Network to play a PlayStation game on PC? Some PlayStation games may require you to sign in and link your account for PlayStation Network. Uh-huh. Yeah. There we go. Lawsuit? No. No, I really don't think that you can sue them. I don't think that you have any recourse. So, basically... Okay. Let's do this. This will be interesting, right? Helldivers 2 controversy facts. Okay? Number 1. If you don't have a PlayStation, there is no benefit
I don't have a PlayStation.
for you.
Why would I buy a PlayStation when I have
There's
a
no
3080
benefit
Ti?
for you to have a PSN account. So that's number 1. So that I think this is the main thing. You didn't have to do it. Now you do. Number 3.
No.
It's not a big deal to make a PlayStation Network account. All of these things are true. To be honest, it's really not a big deal to make a PlayStation account. It's not. But it's something. And if it wasn't something, they wouldn't be asking for it. It's an inconvenience that adds no value to the customer. It's annoying. And I am actually so glad that we finally have a situation where people seem to actually be standing up against this.
Well, they want to sell your data.
It's
That's what
so
they want.
fucking obnoxious. Like, I remember I had to get, like, Razer, like the keyboard and mouse thing. I had to make an account to adjust the DPI of my mouse? I need a Logitech account so I can change the color of my keyboard? Why? Who asked for this? Why do you need this? It's insane. And so, yes, I really think this is a good thing that people are getting upset about it. I really do. If you play on PC,
You're gonna
should be
play
able
it
to use
because
your
Tarkov
PS5,
decided to kill
friends activity
himself.
on the website. If you make an account and got rid of it. This is the only reason I made a PlayStation account. Yeah, look, I have a PlayStation account, and it wouldn't bother me, right? Like, this doesn't bother me. But just because it doesn't bother me doesn't mean that it's not a legitimate
I don't know why I'm
annoyance,
surprised. Like,
right?
I've been on this earth for 30 years. And in those 30 years, I've seen so many companies just shoot themselves in the foot.
Some
Like,
countries
why am I still surprised that this is happening?
can't have PSN accounts.
This is just like a mandatory
So
thing
that
for companies to
effectively
do.
means that
To just like destroy
people
their
bought the game.
destroy
countries,
themselves. They're self-imploding machines. That's their sole function.
your country, yeah. And so anyway, what countries? What are some of the countries? Baltic states. I don't remember exactly. Namely, the Baltic states. Yeah.
They're there to
So
make
people
money.
did
They're there
buy
to
Philippines, North
give
Korea,
Asmongold's
China, maybe
controversy
Vietnam.
content.
There's a map. Yeah, there could be a map. And so anyway, there's a lot of people who can't play it now because of this. But they sold the game because of this. I think really, this is an example of a situation where people are really mad about something. And I think that Sony is ultimately, like, I don't think that you're going to be able to sue them for this. I don't think you're going to be able to, like, get your money back for any of this or do any of that. But what I do think that you should be able to do is complain about it, and hopefully they might not do this next time. Or they might turn it around. Sony has a history of being hacked. Yes, Sony has been hacked before. You're definitely right about that. Steam is looking at refunding, though. I haven't heard about any of that at all. Yeah, I've never heard of Steam looking at refunding. But yeah, so they obviously changed
Steam is
everything.
refunding. This is
Also,
like an older
there's been
video.
a lot of controversy around
Older as in
how
like
the
a day or two.
community managers have handled this too. Let's go take a look at it. So Twinbeard, I don't know why it says Twin. He only has one beard, but okay. First of all, it was Sony's decision, not ours. Secondly, we don't have all the details about region-related issues yet. We're chasing Sony to get more info. To be fair, this is a pretty fair response, and yeah, I mean, I don't know what else they could have said. I mean, this is pretty fair. There have been other messages from community managers. Community managers' position on a new controversy. It's not like this is the first or even the 14th mainstream game to require a third-party account that takes a couple of minutes to create, but if it's a deal breaker to have to take 120 seconds out of your day to enter an email and a password and then forget about it, what is this here? Then forget about it, change your Steam review, and make your displeasure known on a platform that matters. I think that that's, like, kind of fair, right? I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that's fair? I do. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I think that's pretty fair. But the end part is fair. The beginning part is obviously condescending. And let's talk about why it's condescending. It's the same logic that I use with the Stellar Blade shit.
Wait, who
If it
posted
only
that
takes
tweet? Is
120
that
seconds and it's
developer
only
or
an email, then why are you requiring
community
me to have it in order
manager?
to play the game? Just let me play the game normally. If it's only an email, then why are you asking for it? Why is this such an important thing? So you can't make an appeal to triviality whenever you're the one who initiated the trivial action. What the fuck is this? You can't say, oh yeah, we're gonna make you do this little stupid thing, and then if you complain about it, you're stupid because it's stupid. Well then stop making us do stupid things. What is this? It's crazy. Remember, Ubisoft closes your account if it's inactive for 2 years? Well, Ubisoft does that because of, I think, as far as I know, a GDPR regulation in Europe. I don't think they do that here in the US because I know I've had a Ubisoft account for a long period of time, and it has never been shut down. Google does too. Yes, a lot of companies do that. That's actually not a Ubisoft exclusive problem. But here's the thing. You're right about one thing. Ubisoft does do this, and it's fucking annoying. Here's the difference between other games, like, for example, I don't know if you guys have heard of this game before. It's, Diablo 4. You guys ever heard of this one? And so
No.
Diablo 4 does require this, but the difference with it requiring it is that Diablo 4 always required this. With Ubisoft games on Steam, they always required this. The problem with Helldivers is the bait and switch. It's the fact that people didn't have to do it, and now they're holding your game hostage unless you comply with their demands. Apparently, I don't know. Helldivers is an indie studio. Yeah, exactly. It's the same as a subscription service. Yeah, they masterfully baited them. Exactly. And so, this is the CEO. Ouch! Right in a review score. Well, I guess it's warranted. Sorry, everyone, for how all this transpired. I hope we make it up and regain trust by providing a continued great game experience. I just want to make great games. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I think this is the best thing that he could have possibly said. Like, he can't outwardly go against Sony. He can't go and say, okay, Sony is stupid. He can't say we're canceling it because it's not his decision. So, like, given his situation, I'm sad that even if Sony backtracks on this, most of the people won't change their reviews back. It doesn't matter. Like, if the game is fun, people will keep playing and it'll recover just like anything else. Hardly anyone bothers to change their review. Yeah, I think that's definitely true. Oh, I'm sure Arrowhead has no control over the situation. I feel bad for them. They could have communicated it better, definitely. But, yeah, it does definitely suck. You can tell CEO can't say what he wants. Yeah, of course. Like, I think that if it was just... You think about it from their perspective. Why do they care about people needing a Sony account? Community managers talking shit to players about it? I'll get to it. Chill out. It's just going to take me some time. Didn't their communications guy say something stupid to make people extra mad? Yeah, we'll get to it. And...
Yeah, we'll get to
anyway,
it.
This guy can't really say anything more than this for a lot of obvious reasons, and I think that if you look at it from their studio's perspective, their studio is probably even more mad about it than the players are. Because they probably knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, imagine working your ass off to make a really good game. Everyone likes it, and then big corporations do it. Big corporations do.
This greedy fuckheads at Sony. Yeah,
destroy
exactly.
your game.
The best thing that could do is if it convinces Sony to reverse
Take
the
a
decision.
big fat wet
Good luck
dump
with
on your
that.
game.
The wallet is what they care about. Yeah, stop playing the game. Stop playing the game. Stop buying microtransactions, and then it will go away. It's the same thing as anything else. Honestly,
That would suck. That would suck. Imagine if that happened to Xenoma. Thank God we don't have like
That's
publishers.
just what's gonna happen, man. Yeah, it's just a video game, man. It's
Is
just a
Sony
game.
like the publisher
Don't
of
worry, it won't die. This
Helldivers?
won't be the top game anymore. Yeah, exactly.
I don't even know.
Let's see
I
here.
think they are
Genuinely
because
feel bad for the actual
otherwise,
devs of
like, they
Arrowhead,
wouldn't
the
have
love
that kind of
effort and
power.
everything going into the game, and yeah, now it doesn't matter, right? This is how you should respond to a scenario, unlike the community manager did. Yeah, exactly. So let's see, we can find some more of the community manager statements about it too. But yeah, this is the breakdown of the reviews, guys. And you could see, obviously, like, reviews here were for server capacity. Or maybe it was, like, closer to here. But obviously, a server capacity improved. And now you have this. That's a big dip. That's a mega dip. Yeah. Join the review divers? Yeah, exactly. Consumers dropped a nuke, democracy style? Yeah, they certainly did. I saw a lot of posts about this. Okay, here we go. So this is another post the community manager made. I thought you were this will kill Helldivers 2, backpedal or lose your player base. And then the community manager says, I thought you were refunding and leaving. I'm gonna be honest.
Oof.
I hate,
Wow.
like, I mean, I think about it in, like, my stream. Like, I'm not gonna get mad at him for that. It's so fucking obnoxious. Like, oh, I hate it here. I'm leaving. And then, like, 5 minutes later, this place sucks. 10 minutes later, God, man, why is anybody here? It's like, what the hell is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, what are you doing?
Asmund
Yeah,
has a
I
point,
don't
but
mind this one at all.
that's also not something a community
Let's see
manager
here. And yeah,
should say.
Mudar, I fucking hate this trend of having multiple accounts and services for every online game I want to play. Yeah, and this is something that I hope gamers can at least a little bit hold the line on, because it's just a massive annoying thing that I don't want to do. This isn't an airport. You don't have
Like
to
their
announce your
job
departure.
is to
Yeah,
manage the
exactly.
community.
And so let's see here.
That's not managing the community.
Oh, right. So there's also been an accusation.
So they
Mark
get
Kern
paid
said
for.
this, and I wanted to address this because it's a pretty common thing that people believe. So it's this guy. I really wish this guy would stop doing this. I think that this... there's like 3 levels of stupid to this. So like, number 1, I don't think he understands how botting works. And number 2, basically what this guy does is he has a reality and an action, and he just simply fills in the gap in between. There is no logical link that is connecting Sony to these accounts. There's just not. But this, and then also the other thing that's annoying is like he literally is the guy is screenshotting tweets, and then he puts a watermark behind it because he doesn't want other people to take his screenshots of tweets. It's the most like ridiculous fucking like, what the fuck are you doing type thing to say. So anyway, let's talk about why this is silly. So Helldivers 2 facing backlash. This move to spark controversy. It appears there are already bots attempting to manage the fallout from this change. However, this isn't the first time bots have been used to promote Helldivers 2. In March, bots praised the new Warbond update in a post that received no retweets, 29 likes, and 720 impressions. The question arises, are individuals associated with Helldivers 2 Sony or PlayStation behind these bots? And if so, what is their motivation? So, the answer to this is no. I will fucking prove it. So let's go over. We're going to go on my YouTube channel. Sure, let's go with this one. It's the most recent video. So if you go through a lot of YouTube comments, you will see, have you guys ever seen the girls that are like, they basically are a bot and it copy pastes the top comment and then it reposts it as if it is their own comment, and then you click on the profile, because obviously I'm a Coomer. I've clicked on the profile before. Like, oh, here we go. Barbie Stacy. Okay, so we're gonna go all the way down and I'm gonna show you guys how this works. So the part 2. The part 2 Gamers Nexus did on the issue goes even wider than this one. The part 2 that Gamers Nexus did wider on the issue goes even wider than this one. You see that? It's the exact same comment. So, if you are providing data like this and then implying that Sony is doing it, or like talking about this, like the problem is that whenever you provide information talking about how like, oh, it's bots, they're botting this, there's no, look, this is an AI girl. This is another AI girl. What are we even doing here? These are NFT profile pictures. So I really wish, like, I see this guy that every single time there's a controversy, he links a bunch of bot replies and he tries to use it as a justification for saying that, oh, they're actually botting all of these replies with absolutely no, like, there's no logic to it at all. Because bots do that on their own, and they do that in every YouTube channel, and they do that on Reddit as well. Remember, this happened in New York.
That community
And
manager
so
also ruins the image of the studio. Makes it seem like they don't care. Yeah, that's
fucking annoying for me seeing
and
this.
like that's the
fuck
bad
Mark Kern
part,
would say
because
this.
I'm pretty sure
This
they
is
do
the
care.
dumbest thing to say.
Like
There's
they care a lot.
There's no justification for this. There's no evidence for it. It's just a completely baseless speculation with actually, if anything, infinite amounts of evidence to prove that this is not any sort of concerted effort by Sony. It's outrageous to even say that. So yeah, People want to believe conspiracies out of ego. Well, people like believing conspiracies because they make sense, and people like making sense out of things. But the reality is, the only thing that makes sense here is that people use bots in order to repeat popular comments and popular messages, and they do so seemingly at random. And that's supposed to make the bots seem like they are more like human beings, and that way they get around algorithms that are designed to prevent bots from
That might hit me.
bots. That's
Yeah.
really how it works. I wish more people would understand this. However, they don't. So yes, anyway, we'll go ahead and we'll look at the rest of it. The community manager, oh, here we go. Oh, this is it. One of the Helldivers 2 community managers throws gas at the fire. This range to vet community managers. Age verification. Oh, here we go. Select a method to verify your age. Any data used for the verification won't be saved, facial scan, or your ID. That's UK only? Well, yeah, but I mean, if it's on the UK, then if they do it now, well then it's not an issue. That's only for the UK. Well, did they have to do that for Steam? Like, if you play this game on Steam, did you have to do this for Steam? No. Okay, so then that doesn't matter where it is, right? Because that's the same problem. And so, yeah. Anyway.
Oh.
Let me see if I can go through the rest of this other shit. Yeah, that's basically about it. Someone read the EULA and there's no mention of PlayStation accounts.
Oh shit!
So they changed the
Did I get
EULA
grabbed?
retroactively, same as the Escape from Tarkov developers
I'm
did.
out. Oh god.
Imagine you pay $40 for a game, then you have to give them your social security number, tax transcript, and your wedding certificate. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I think that this is definitely probably one of the biggest fuck-ups I've seen in gaming for kind of a while. And I'm glad to see people finally getting tired of it, because I've been seeing, there's been so many of these over the years, right? Like, look at this here, not happening. Obviously, this post got really popular, and for those who are saying, just make a PlayStation account, bro. If you've been playing Helldivers 2 and do not live in one of those listed countries, you cannot make a PlayStation account. Choosing a country you do not live in as a violation of Sony's TOS and could lead to account termination. Yeah, so you're basically locked out of the of being able to play the game. That's pretty much what it comes down to, right? And so, yeah, we aren't eating dick salads anymore. I don't know if they will or not, right? I think that people will probably let this blow over, but at the same time, I think that the more people complain about it, the better. Because the truth is that this kind of stuff is really annoying. And I think that this goes back to like kind of the chart that I was making, is that the truth is that it's really not a big deal to make a PlayStation Network account. It's really not. I've made an account. How many of you guys have PSN accounts? Me? Yeah, a lot of you guys have PSN accounts. It's the principle. It's the principle. We bought the game on Steam. I don't want to have to go and use another login so I can log in to my login. There's so much data harvesting going on. You're getting your emails sent around a bunch of times. You have people sending you bullshit emails all the time. It's just annoying. It's annoying, and there's no benefit for the customer. So I really hope Helldivers 2 or Sony, really, let's be honest about this. I really hope Sony is going to be able to fix this. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it will? Just made one now. You need to provide date of birth on first login. You need to update your account with additional information. Residential address? Jesus Christ. Then make a burner? Why is that an issue?
Residential address. They need to know where you live.
Because you didn't
so
have
they
to
can
do
come
that.
and send assassins
now it's
after
like
you
they're
if
basically...
you post negative reviews.
Here's a really good way to look at it. Let's say the city that you're in, whenever you're at work, they decide to put a speed bump in your driveway. Overnight. So let's go ahead and let's think about this, right? So here's your house. What a nice house. Oh boy. Oh boy. And you've got your little door and there's a window. Let's do 2 windows. Oh wow. Here we go. What a beautiful, amazing house. And so anyway, you've got your driveway here. And one day, for whatever reason, the city that you live in decides to put a speed bump in your driveway. Why do they want to put the speed bump in your driveway? There's no reason why. The driveway was fine before. There had never been any accidents in the driveway. But at the same time, it's not like the speed bump inconveniences you that much. But would you want it gone? Why, though? It's just a bump. You can just drive over
I
it.
think the Tarkov devs are saying with the relief right now. Yeah.
It's annoying. Because it's fucking annoying. That's right. It's fucking annoying. It's because the principle. That is where we're at. Sony paved a speed bump in your fucking driveway. After they sold you the house with no speed bump.
You know what? If the Tarkov devs lowered the price on their whatever
That's where we're at.
their DLC,
Get
and
the
then
speed bump out of the
put out a
fucking
statement like
driveway.
saying, "At
You're
least we're
saying
not
Sony
Sony."
shouldn't be allowed to merge servers on PC.
I think
and
they'd actually
console
get a
on
lot
the
of
same
players
network.
back.
It's not about whether they are allowed to do it. It's about the fact that it is annoying.
They might
right?
even
So,
like
for example, if
like
the
poach
city
a
said,
quite
oh,
a
well,
number of
according
like
to
the
city
Helldiver
ordinance
players.
353B, we actually can do
Who
this
knows?
because, you know, this is a place that cars drive over and your driveway is a car, so we should be allowed to do it, right? That's it. It should be an optional connection. Yes, it is. And it's annoying. You see what I'm saying? Did you play Man Awards? No, I haven't. What if it turned out the speed bump had already been planned for several months earlier? That the speed bump had already been planned? Why would that change what the user experience is? And this is one thing that people need to understand. Just because you said, oh, well, we plan to fuck you over and be annoying, so you should be happy about it. No. That only means that you don't have any legal recourse. And I do actually think that players do not have any recourse against Sony. I don't think that they can get refunds. And in fact, I would even go as far as to say, I don't think that it is ethical for Sony to give refunds. Or sorry, it's not ethical for people to expect a refund. And the reason why is because this was stated at the time of purchase. And I understand that might be a very, very unpopular opinion because we like to get mad at the company because the company's doing something very stupid. And they absolutely are doing something stupid, but this was explicitly stated whenever you bought the game. It was not. So there's a screenshot that shows it is. It says it requires a third-party account. There it is. And I think because of this, you should not be able to get a refund. Because people simply chose not to read this or to expect that it would not happen. But here's what the difference is. How many times have you ever, this is what I said last night about this. How many times have you ever gotten an argument with your girlfriend and you're right and you prove it to her, but she's still mad at you? We are that girlfriend right now. We know that Sony is technically in the right, but that doesn't make it any better. You see what I'm saying? I disagree because it wasn't enforced from the start. It doesn't matter whether it was enforced or not. It was stated at the time of purchase. If something was stated at the time of purchase and you chose to assume that it would never be enforced, that is your own decision. That's not any sort of a... that's not a contract. You're kind of wrong on this one. How? How am I wrong about this? I'm so confused because they said it was optional. There's stuff in Sony saying it was an optional thing. You're right. I'm wrong. You're right. So let's think about this in a different way. You're actually right. And so here's the reason why he's right.
Asmongold rarely
So
admits he's
no,
wrong.
no, no, no. I changed my opinion. Here's why. Because if you
It's funny
go
when he
over,
does.
Sony said this. Let me see if I can find it. Do I have to sign onto the PlayStation Network to play a PlayStation game on PC? They said that it was optional. And because Sony said that it was optional, I would say that the
think they
wording
backpedaled.
from the official Sony website would supersede what Steam says. So if somebody referred to the Sony website would have been telling them this. But and to be honest, I was right last night, but now I'm not anymore.
Who would visit the
because
Sony
they said
website though?
this. I
Like,
didn't know this yesterday.
when you're buying
I
a
know
game
it
on
now,
Steam,
and now it's not true.
you check
Well,
the store
either way,
page,
now
you
I
check
know.
the reviews, you see
And no,
like
no,
the
this person
screenshots
actually
and
brings
maybe
up a
the
very good point.
the
Yeah,
video.
because,
You don't
yeah,
go
Sony
to
said
Sony's
this. They
website
should
and
have
be
also
like,
known
oh,
that
let's
to be
get
sold in
redefined
countries where
print.
it was going to be taken away. It's a different topic. You're totally right about this too. Yeah, you're completely right, man. 100%. I assume Sony did this so they can ban cheaters and other things. Sony did it probably so they can ban cheaters and also harvest data, right? It's both. And so, yeah, no, I actually, you know what? Never mind. I'm totally, I think people are completely justified in getting a refund. 100%. Yeah, like, absolutely. It's not even a question. You know what I said last night whenever I was streaming and I was looking at Pirate Software's tweet about this, and I was like, I was so mad because I couldn't think of a way that they could be wrong, that people could justifiably ask for a refund, and I was like, fuck. You know, there's like no way that like they could figure out like, geez, like what about this? No, but you still did know about it. I'm so fucking glad because this is it. This is the reason why people should be able to ask for a refund right here. The fact that they had this there for the entire time. And everybody bought the game under this pretense, which is false fucking advertising. If they change it after the fact, it doesn't matter because people bought it under a different pretense. So yeah. It's not Steam's problem though. If anything, Sony has to refund them, not Steam. Here's my opinion.
I wonder where the money is coming from.
I think that
are Steam just paying out of pocket for the refunds?
they bought it through Steam. It should be Steam's responsibility to refund them. And then Steam should pass that responsibility off to Sony. I think that's what should happen. Maybe I'm wrong. But, like, I think that's what should happen. Yeah, that's it? Yeah. Steam will do it realistically? That's not true? What part of it is not true? They stated... Wait, do we have more information about this? Wrong because you start the game on Steam, it says it's required in game, not true. They stated it in game that it was required. Okay, so like you're right about that. But here's why I think it doesn't matter. Because I would logically assume that the official Sony website that applies to all video games supersedes individual things inside of the game. It's kind of like, it's like it outranks it, basically. Like the official Sony wording on the official Sony website outranks anything that's in any individual game. And I think that to the fact that there is a discrepancy, it is the game that is wrong and not Sony. In terms of, not accountability, authority. Do you see what I'm saying? Federal versus state law? Yeah, a little bit, right? It's also skippable and it wasn't shown again.
Oh.
So who's in charge? Yeah. So that's why I think that Sony's... Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy because I remember I even went to bed and I was like laying in bed thinking about this. I was like, oh, those slimy dick suckers. How could they do this? And they did false advertise it. They fucking did.
Well, not selection, it should be local.
Yep. There it is. I say that I removed the game from Steam entirely. Make the user have to buy a PlayStation 5 to play it. Great idea. You agree to new terms, never playing the game, isn't that so? I think that agreeing to new terms is one thing, but like, again, people buy it on one pretense and then it's changed. Like, I'm sorry, but if you make a massive drastic change like this...
Hey,
No, that's not fair. They changed their minds. Yes, exactly. I'm starting to think if Sony is responsible for this, they will just not make games for PC going forward now. No, I think they still will. It's just that they'll probably require this from the beginning. Like again, so
Oh, he wants to
here's
kill the
problem.
Blackblade Kindred.
Okay, so there's 3 universes. Give me 1 second.
Mage
Okay.
being a mage.
So we have universe 1, 2, oops, excuse me, 2, and 3. And then we have, why is it always default to 11 point? Start with requirement. Never have requirement.
What are we doing? We're not killing the Blackblade? Invaded by Storm's Herald.
Give me 1 minute, we're almost ready. You understand? If they start with the requirement for you to have a Sony account, then it's okay. If they never have a requirement for you to have a Sony account, then it's okay. What's not okay is if they start with no requirement and then they retroactively change their terms of service and then take it away from you. That's the one that's bad. You see what I'm saying? Because of the debate. Yeah, red is bad.
He's not dodging my arrows.
You don't need a PSN account for any other Sony PC game. Well, that's irrelevant,
Nice punish.
right? Doesn't matter what they do with it. It just matters.
I knows how to use Moon Veil.
Oh,
I headshot him.
that it's only a grace period and not needing to sign in with PlayStation account. People logged in without friction with over 2 hours. It's deceptive. Deceptive is different. So, like, there is a spectrum of allowing people to mislead themselves and then misleading people themselves. I think that this is allowing people to mislead themselves is okay generally, and misleading people is not okay generally. This is misleading people. That's it. It's without a question. So yeah, Helldivers 2 controversy. They are completely
Where's the
fucking
host
wrong.
going? Being
Sony
followed.
fucked them over.
It's aggroing all
I
of the
don't think that
PvE.
anybody that works on the actual Arrowhead development team wanted this. I think this is something that clearly got ramrodded in by Sony in order to,
Kill
get
this,
more data
just
and
in
get more
case.
users on the PlayStation Network. And so they forced this into Helldivers 2, and I don't think anybody likes it except for Sony. The players don't like it, the developers don't like it, the community doesn't like it. I think the greater internet community doesn't like it in general. And so, yeah, it was probably part of Sony's terms. It was. And it is still their responsibility for probably signing and agreeing to those terms. But that doesn't mean that they wanted it to happen. What the community manager is true, though, it wasn't inflammatory. This here, this is absolutely inflammatory. It's massively patronizing. Yeah, like this person is clearly trying to demean and degrade people's opinions about this. They're trying to make it seem like these people are being unreasonable or being stupid. Yeah, absolutely. It's not even a question. Just not taking 10 seconds for those guys? Yeah, exactly. Game companies should start moving away from Sony because they keep taking the big L. I don't know, but either way, that's my opinions on it. Helldivers Community Manager, Misty OW. Let's go ahead and just look this up.
What the fuck?
People. So, as we can see here, just to make sure that we are completely accurate.
The host of Fingers has died.
happened.
That's hilarious.
Oh, no, never mind. This is a separate ad. Maybe it's 2 different.
What is the
I don't
host
know.
doing?
But either
He's like,
way, it
oh,
seems like
that's just
she
another
deleted her
co-opper.
account. Oh my god. Every community manager for Helldivers seems
hilarious.
to be protected. Community managers should not run and hide when their game is in crisis management.
He just runs
The
off and gets
funny
himself
thing is
killed.
that
Typical host behavior.
This is like an example of like a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. You don't need community managers whenever everything is going fine as much. The reason you need community managers is whenever the shit hits the fan. It's whenever everything starts going wrong.
Oh, he's talking about the CM
it's
now.
really fucking funny to me that they have all these community managers, and then the one time that you need them, well, they're like, "Wow, you guys are stupid, and it doesn't take that long to download, and I'm deleting my account." And it's like, fuck, man. It's like having a spare tire in your car, and it's like, you finally need to use the spare tire, and it's fucking flat. There it is. Yeah, it's flat. There
Not
it
just
is.
flat,
And so
it's like
anyway,
a
it's
spare
purely
tire that
unprofessional.
damages
Well,
your car.
it is fundamentally
And
unprofessional.
you don't know that's like
Their
flat.
job is to deal with this problem, and they're not dealing with it. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's... Yeah, of course. What is this? They're ditching their jobs. Yeah, I guess so. They're like, roach out, boys! They're mad! I gotta run away! Oh no! The real reason they delete is because if you were able to dig into their tweets, you would find that they are anti-gamer and worse. More news to follow. Well, I think that's kind of bull. I don't know why Mark says this. Like I like a lot of the stuff that Mark says, but sometimes he just goes off on a limb, man. He just like, where's the fucking evidence of that, dude? Like, he's right, yeah, but I'm not saying he's wrong. But if you make a claim, and it's like the real reason why this happened is something that I have no evidence for, I don't know. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, he goes extra for no reason. Yeah, it's like, this is just really what it is. This is, let's just stop right here. And he's such a witch hunter. Well, I don't think that it's really, I mean, the people that, you know, if he had the wrong opinions about something else, people would be witch hunting him. So I think that really, you know, whenever you're in a circus, the only action to do is to become a clown. And so I think that that's really the reason why he does it. But that's let's move on. The point is that, so a lot of community managers are deleting their accounts and basically roaching out because the Helldivers 2 community is angry. This is what I think is so stupid about this. It's that we're not mad. I mean, I wouldn't even say we. Like, I played the game one time. I like the game. I keep up with the game. And I think it's cool. But, like, I don't really play it a lot. But the fan base...
Some pretty bad
all they
CMs.
want is they just want to have it removed. They're not mad at her. They don't give a shit about her. They know she didn't do it. What are you getting mad for? Third comment. I'm pretty sure she just changed her name because when you click on old threads, she was tagged. You get redirected to this account. Oh, okay. Sorry. Small correction. The account was not deleted. She just changed her name. This is a very common practice in World of Warcraft. Whenever you ninja loot all of the items out of your guild bank and maybe steal Memoron's head or Invincible back in the day, is you transfer servers.
I remember that.
And then you change your name. So yes, this is actually
May even
very
like change
common.
faction as well.
I'm very, very well
When
acquainted
they
with this
introduced that.
process. And if I actually gave a shit, I would have done it myself. But I ninja'd my own guild bank and I transferred servers, and people thought I was a nice guy because I gave everybody like 50 gold. I took 15,000. It's just, you know, I learned that from I learned that from our society. You know, like that's just how it is here too. I mean that's the American way. And they just transitioned to a new name. Got it? It's a pun. Yeah, I guess so. And so yeah, let me go back. I'm gonna make sure I'm caught up with everything. So obviously there was a statement made by I guess, let me see if I can find all through these. So obviously you know, Spitz, who was one of the community managers on the Helldivers subreddit, said this: internal discussions are ongoing about mandatory linking change. While I can't reveal details, the response from our dev teams has been pretty universally negative, and we are looking for better options. If a better solution isn't provided for players who are in regions without PSN coverage, I'm assured that we won't be making the requirement mandatory for those players. We're not going to force people to either break Sony TOS or not play the game. That's true. That change, the Steam announcement, and the FAQ were all coming from Sony and not our team at all. What I find to be crazy is the fact that this person is saying this. This is insane. Like, isn't Sony gonna, like, force them to fire this person? Yeah, I mean, like, that's crazy. because the CEO didn't say this. I doubt it. Yeah, I mean, I hope they don't get fired. Yeah, PR disaster. Well, let's read the rest of it. I was completely unaware how many countries didn't have the availability to make PSN account whenever I made that statement. I deeply regret implying it was easy for everyone to sign up and have to worry about it. It's absolutely not our intention to force people to break Sony TOS or just not play the game if they're in a restricted region. There needs to be a better solution. So this is referring to a statement that this person made yesterday about telling people it was really easy to make an account. And I said that wasn't really a big deal if you tell people that, because, you know, my perspective is I always like whenever people are authentic. And I think this is also authentic. And, you know, it's like you're talking to a real person. And so it seems like they didn't know that at the time. They should have known that. Of course, they should have known that. But they didn't. And now they do. And they're sorry. They said, well, you know, like, now that I know that, I was wrong. So, yeah, true. Players making their displeasure known through refunds and reviews, refunds, etc. gives us more pull. Bro, there's no way that you can say this. There's no
I go back
way
to being a mage.
you can say downvote
Like, bows are
the
good
game
and all,
so
but
Sony lets us
it's
do
more
what we
fun
want.
shooting
Bro,
spells.
this guy, oh my god, this guy's about to get cooked.
Let's see.
Oh, dude,
many-
this guy's giving away all the tricks. Let's go.
I do want the Nagakiba or something like that.
They don't read our
Some
Discord.
kind of like get
It
off
hurts
me
to see the
button.
game's popularity suffer in the ratings. Should I do a negative review right now on Steam? Because I have 2 hours played. I can do it. But discussions are ongoing and our team is on the side of the players in the fight. It's unrealistic to expect people from PSN accounts in different regions to get past the account linking requirement. We are aware of that. Discussions are ongoing. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm doing my part. Exactly. Holy shit, man. Do it. Everybody, I'm gonna do it right now, man. Let's do it right fucking now. Helldivers. H. Okay, and we're gonna go to Community Hub. And let's go ahead. How the fuck do I give a review?
18
I have
strength,
no idea how to give a review.
22 dex. Oof,
I've never given a review.
that is rough.
The store page? Sure. Let me open it up off screen. That's another game. Sorry about that. Helldivers 2. And we got it right here. Birthday,
click on
obviously, is the
icon.
1st of January. And write a review for Helldivers. Here we go. Greatly disappointed with the additional forced change. Can I zoom in?
Maybe bows.
I cannot.
How about horn bow?
I apologize for the small
that
font.
could be cool.
I cannot change it. Forced change of requiring.
Horn bow and sorceries.
The reason why I'm actually writing something rather than, you know, 07s in the chat or, you know, like, I don't know, like fucking dick, is because I don't want Steam to remove the review. You understand? Like, I don't want Steam to remove the review because of brigading. I want to have it be like an authentic statement. And so that's the reason. Okay, a PSN account for in order to play the game. Not only does this force users who are in the countries, in the many countries. Okay. As I said, I never went to Chuck E. Cheese, and if I ever got an A on a spelling test, I got a chance to. We never went to Chuck E. Cheese.
Nah.
Okay, so as force users who are in many
Please.
countries to either break the TOS
We need a melee
and
weapon for
risk
sure. We
their
need something
entire
to
account,
get people off,
you
get invaders
can't-
off.
You can't
Stormhawk
use
axe or
can't
cold
fake
Nagakiba.
your country of origin,
Probably the cold
um,
Nagakiba, to be honest.
but it also locks those out of playing the game entirely after this locks people out of playing the game. Yeah, there it is, right? Playing the game entirely. Okay, sure you can. Yes, but you risk your account for doing it. This forced change by Sony directly contradicts their stated language on their official website that said said is an important word here. That said, forced to change to Sony directly contradicts or state language on the official website. That said, you would not need to connect to a PSN account to play a game.
We need to get a talisman first.
On Steam. This statement on the official Sony website was changed incognito with no announcement or edit update. Let's see, what's the word for it? With no warning. I think this is because... Actually, not I think. This is because Sony knows that they misled people and changed the words after the fact in the hope that no one noticed. We did. This is a clear and obvious case of false advertisement because the Sony website's statements apply to all Sony games, including the ones on Steam, and supersedes the fuck.
Supersedes the fuck.
Overrules the game to the individual games. TOS or rules. Let it be known you were scammed and Sony changed the language on you. You thinking you wouldn't notice because they think you are fucking stupid. I think that's pretty fair. What do you guys think? This is my review.
What's up with the aspect ratio?
Do I recommend the game?
I have
The answer is
widescreen.
No, no. Allow comments, of course.
Widescreen gives you like black bars on the side, unfortunately.
I'm gonna read it.
I could stream in like normal ratio, but then when I switch over to 3D modeling, it's gonna be like cut off on the corners.
Not only does this force users who are in many countries to either break the TOS and
no, he's gonna do
risk
the
their
stepping
entire
side to
account.
side
You can't
thing.
fake your country of origin, but it also locks those out of playing the game entirely. This force change by Sony directly contradicts their stated language on the official website, and that said, you guys want me to take out the profanity? Fine. You're probably right. Yeah, I mean, yes, we're gonna take it out. We're gonna really.
Yeah, I'm watching my own stream.
Take it out.
Yeah, there's like black bars on the
Said
side,
on
and
an
then
official website,
I think
and
there's like
said,
2 on the bottom.
Said is an
and-
important word here.
Oh wait, it's not up here. It's down there. Okay.
Because it's
There's
past.
a chest down here with the +5 talisman.
It's past tense. I don't know if it needs a hyphen there, but instead is an important word here because it's past tense.
Let's
It's
see.
not. Okay. I'm not sure. Okay, it's past tense. That you would not need to connect a PSN account to play a game on Steam. This statement on the official Sony website was changed incognito with no announcement or warning. This is because Sony knows, this is going to be in caps, that they misled people and changed the words after the fact in the hopes that no one noticed. We did. This is a clear and
Level
obvious case
65.
of false advertisement because
So we
Sony's
need
website
at least 40 vigor.
apply
That's
to
the first
all
thing.
Sony games, including the ones that
And then
that are on Steam,
gonna be
and it
30
overrules
intelligence.
the individual game's TOS.
the rest has to be in
Let it
like
be
mind
known
or something.
you were scammed, and Sony changed the language on you, thinking you wouldn't notice because they think you're stupid. There it is. I think that's pretty fair. Do we hit it?
Holy
I've never
crossbow
done a
could be
review
nice
before
to
for a
have.
video game in my life on Steam. This is my first review.
So what if we have 1 in strength?
Oh.
And then we need 16 dex.
Oh. There it is. You guys got it, and you guys can
a lot of
do whatever the
FP.
fuck. Upvote it. Yeah, I mean, I don't care if you guys upvote it. It doesn't matter, like, cause it's really just my review. Like, who cares? The
So,
reality is
could
that
do-
every single person, if you care
This
about
isn't a
this
get
game,
off me button, but holy
you should
crossbow
leave a
with
bad
bleed
review.
bolts is really good against invaders.
if you want this game to succeed, you should leave a bad review. And I think this person is totally right, and it will probably cost them their job for saying this. You should stop playing the game. You should review bomb the fuck out of the game.
Crossbow in.
Because every single negative review gives the developers, and it gives the people that work at Arrowhead, which is the developer studio that made Helldivers 2, it gives them a stronger negotiating tool against Sony for why this change is bad. You see what I'm saying? Full Reddit like up. I had to go Reddit on him, man. Please paste a review in the chat so people can push it to the top. Sure. I mean, I can link it to you guys, but I don't want it to be like an ego thing where like, oh my god, everybody upvote my review. I don't really give a shit, guys. I really don't. If you don't want to, content check system be automatic. Oh, it's automatically hidden for now. Yeah. I don't care. It's more important that you guys make your own review than you upvote my review. I am, you know, I'm just one drop in the ocean, really. You guys need to make your own reviews, really. So yeah, keep that in
Guess we
mind.
can use like
Anyway, so
swords or-
Discord updates. What's the rest of this? I hope this post gets noticed. This actually gives me some hope. This is good enough news for me. I appreciate Arrowhead relaying the players' feedback to Sony's bullshittery. True. Breaking news. Effective communication between developers and players means a healthier game. More at 11. Yes, this is crazy. Spits on Dup. And then they also said nobody should feel bad for me. I let the negativity get under my skin, give a few people an attitude. It's only on me. Can we understand when people are upset about the required account linking? Not thrilled about it either. It's completely genuine. There are good and bad ways to express discontent. Okay, so yeah, that's just like, yeah, I was being an asshole. Like, that's fine. It's not really a big deal. Who gives a shit? Point is that backpedaling, well, yeah, I mean, of course they're backpedaling because they thought they overstepped. Like, if you overstep and you do something wrong, then how do you reverse an overstep? Well, you backpedal. What's wrong with that? Like, if you tell people, like, and this is like that's normal. Like, oh, I was wrong about this.
We need a
like,
boss
I
killer,
was being an asshole,
general
like, that's my
damage
bad,
dealer.
right? Yeah, it's not like people put too much work and too much
Parry and
value
Piercer.
in having an opinion and not changing it.
And
It's almost
then-
always a bad idea. You should always change your opinion based off of new evidence, which apparently this person didn't know how many countries were not in were not available for
We
this.
could do like great glintstone
Somehow the
shard.
automatons return. Yeah, they're called Sony.
That does decent damage.
Let's see here. No rest for wicked.
Gavel,
Yeah, this is such a
cannon.
great game. I would absolutely recommend this game. To be fair, I did get sponsored by them, but I said it even before then.
That's
but
basically
yeah,
all we need.
Very, very good game.
We
Like
might
it a
not even
lot.
need Carry and
But that's
Piercer.
not
Like
the point
Gavel
right now. Let's
kind of
see
already
here.
takes care of
Community
everything.
manager, it's a good move, but the unprofessionalism, official knee-jerk response, very poor. Yeah, of course. Obviously, like the reason why they're apologizing is because it was poor. They agree with you. Let's see if I can figure out the rest of these. Oh, fuck. I think that's pretty much what happened. So, yeah, anyway, guys, I think that it's very, very obvious that the best thing that you can do if you care about Helldivers is to leave a negative review, is to stop
I just like
playing the
switch back to
game,
my old build.
boycott the game,
Let's see.
do whatever you can. I just did. Yeah, there you go. I thought Aslan said never to apologize. Never apologize if you don't mean it. You should apologize if you did something that you genuinely did wrong,
Maybe
or
Uchi
you did
Katana.
without knowing. Then you should apologize. You should never apologize if you're not
It's
sorry.
like-
Does that make sense?
Spinning slash can be good.
I
on this.
apologize for things sometimes, right? But it is rare, and if I do, it's not to help somebody's feelings, right? It's because I thought that I was wrong. So yeah, I think you might be incorrect about some details. About what? Yeah, let me go ahead and look at this. That may not be true about non-PSN countries. On SteamDB, it's only sold to countries with PSN access. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm actually not sure. Also, Steam's TOS might not have to do
Definitely
the
need
same way
more
with like the same rules as
stats, just
Sony's
like-
TOS. So people could be inside of the Steam TOS by having a different country than what's stated, but inside of the Sony TOS, that might be uniquely against the
Seems
rules.
like-
So even in a circumstance where this is true, I can still think of a lot of cases where it would not apply to certain people because they stated their original country was something different than what it was. Now, I'm not sure if that's false. A lot of African countries play this game and they can't have a PSN account. We saw it last night. Well, either way, I think even if it is true, it's still not a great argument. But it is a good point. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. So let's see here, VPNs. Yeah, exactly. Like Steam might allow VPN, but Sony doesn't. Like it could easily
I
be
guess
a
I'll
situation
just switch back
like
to my
that. You see
old
kind of
build.
what I'm saying
Old
here?
build is
Let's
fine,
see here.
actually.
Every other job, you said something bad on Facebook in 2018 and your profile was public. I don't know if you're a good fit for the company. Game studio community manager jobs. You said something bad on Twitter in 2018 and your
Let's
profile
do
was
that.
public, you're hired. I think the reason is because of what the thing bad is. Like, let's be honest, having extremist left-wing views are not punished as hardly as having extremist right-wing views. Like, that's just the way the world is right now. And so, obviously, that's what's happening. Like, this is just a fact. Like, everybody knows this. And so, that's really... And I think that's why people... That's what's radicalizing people. I think it is. Because people see us as being unfair. And why is it unfair? Because... Why do they see it as unfair? Because it is. It is massively unfair. Absolutely, it's disgusting. It's insane that there's like a very clear double standard here. Because right-wing views are way more crazy.
Actually, you know,
I think that
I'll
any
just,
type
like-
of bigotry against any group of people for an
I think I'll just stick with what I
that they
have.
can't control is
I'll
bad.
stick with what I have.
And I don't agree with the idea of creating a tier list of which ones are
what did I
bad and
have?
which ones are
I can
worse.
keep,
I think the entire practice of doing that is toxic. It just
There's a reason why
furthers,
why I
all-
switched
all
over
the-
to
I think it's toxic and it
To
helps
bows
no
instead.
one, and all it does is further obfuscate people with bad intentions. That's all. I completely disagree with your mindset. Obviously, there are crazy right-wing views. There are also crazy left-wing views. There are bad views everywhere.
Okay.
And I don't think anybody should be held accountable for them, or everybody should be held accountable for them. You can't just pick and choose which extreme views that are bad, are okay. Extremism isn't good for either side. Yeah, exactly. It's not a competition, man. Anyway, why do people act like CMs have power? Even if every Helldivers 2 CM went private, then it probably was an order coming down from someone over them. Yeah, but it was an order coming down from someone over them because they mismanaged the situation. It's important to keep that in mind. I really don't get the attacks on these people. They make virtually zero decisions regarding the game. This is actually a really good point, and this guy is totally on the money. He's totally right. I hate whenever I see a community manager that gets, like, because here's the thing. Like, this girl has probably never been, like, completely shit on before. Like, she probably never had that happen. And so, like, for me, what do you call that whenever it happens to me? I call it Tuesday.
it's GG again.
And so the truth is that I'm really used to it.
It's the
but
host
with
that just
her,
ran off
it's
and got
different.
himself killed.
And the reason why
I don't know
it's
if I want to
different
do
is
this.
because
I
she's
feel like
not
he's
used
just
to
gonna
it.
die again.
So people like this break under pressure. She's a 20-year-old
Yeah, let's
girl.
not do this. I'm not gonna play with GG.
And she's getting hate from
He doesn't.
like thousands, if not
He's
tens
too
of
new at the game.
thousands of
Just
people
too new.
that are like making fun of her, being rude to her, shitting on her, everything like that. Most people would break under that level of pressure. Now, does that justify the behavior? No, but it explains it. And so anyway, I do think it really sucks whenever community managers get blamed for developer decisions. So yeah, definitely. Well, she's also emotionally underdeveloped. Well, I think that even somebody who's not would not really be ready to
It's
take
got a
on
game
that
ban on
level of
record.
attention. Again, like it's very hard to put yourself in that position because it's such a unique and weird thing to have happen. Like very, very few people in the world ever have this level of hostility leveraged at them, right? It's extremely, extremely uncommon. 100% breaking under pressure would also result in job loss and requiring a new field choice for their next job. Yeah, it really kind of depends, and maybe that is the case. And if I was her, this is what I would say. I would tell her, you don't want to be a community manager. You should get out of this field. Because this is going to keep happening. If you are a community manager for a game, you are a target dummy. That's what you are. You're a target dummy. And so if you can't handle that emotionally or mentally, get the fuck out. And I mean that in like the best possible way. Don't put yourself in positions that you're uncomfortable with. Adam Fletcher handles Diablo 4 bad pretty well. He does. And there are a lot of examples of community managers that handle things really well. Like, for example, Lost Ark community managers handle things really well. Adam handles things really well. I think the community managers for WoW handle things really well too. Most community managers handle things, but Adam is also like, he's like 30. He's been playing the game for a long time, and I think people kind of know him more, so they like him more. So there's less like actual criticism leveraged directly at him. Yeah, Linksy, yeah. So there are a lot of examples of it, but all of those people are like way, way older than 20, right? Like, let's just be honest. I mean, he's in his 30s, I'm pretty sure, right? So of course he's going to be better at dealing with it because he's way older. Don't be a CM at 20? Yeah, well, she just learned that. That's the way it is, right? I mean, there it is. Why are they using personal accounts and not a business one? I don't know. I think there's probably 2 or 3 different reasons for it, but at the end of the day, I think it's probably a mistake to use your personal account. I think it's better to have an official account. I know that that's what Warcraft used to have, and Warcraft actually kind of relaxed this requirement, and now, like, they don't have that, but they used to have it. Big mistake? No, I don't think it's really that big of a mistake. It's not that big of a deal. And also, if somebody wants to go and cancel a community manager, I don't think that it being on a personal account really makes a difference in the eyes of the public. So I don't think it's a big deal either.
Yeah, you can't just like do. Well, you can do that kind of damage as a mage, but you gotta use mana.
Community managers are people too. Everyone knows about social media, understands there's a big amount of degenerate assholes with dogs people. Yes, exactly.
You can't just like kill things straight up with range without
harass the families of those
like,
community
not using
managers.
mana.
So yeah, a CM heist. These people have marketing jobs. They don't get paid enough to be targets for hate mobs. That's also another really good
I gotta
point.
buff myself.
Community managers are not paid a lot of money. They're paid. I don't know. If I was gonna say, like, if you're working full time as a community manager, you're probably getting paid like $50,000, $60,000.
Should heal.
Right? Which is like, and I'm thinking like if you're in California, right? Which is like that's decent, right? It's decent, but probably not a lot. Lower? You think it's lower? No, I could be right, or you could be right. Sorry. And yeah, let's see here in Europe. That's a lot. Yeah, I'm talking about in the U.S. She's 20 years old. I was 20 to take business 10. Understand what cash flow statement is. I protect myself from the mob too, given that it's Sony making these decisions. Yep, as pronoun warriors get jobs. Baffles me must be a powerful exec to happen for now. It's not the pronoun part that you're getting banned for. You're getting banned for the, oh, she actually slept with a guy. This is way over the line, man. Like, this is... Like, look, I am extremely reasonable, but, like, this is just degenerate. Like, why? Why even say this? Yeah, what's wrong with people? Yeah, like, you're escalating for no reason. Anyway, so yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else really to say about this, but at the end of the day, what should you do? It's even upvoted? Yeah, there's a lot of people that do that. It's hugely popular to feel that way about people with pronouns or about women that have positions of power. It's extremely, extremely popular to think that way. Whether you agree with it or not, you have to recognize its popularity. So, what can you do? I think that what you should do is leave a bad review. You should leave a bad review, and you should not play the game. Yeah, in your community, definitely. No, it's popular on the internet in general. And my community is the only reason why it happens in my community is I'm not more proactive in banning it. When you put a reason to include refund, include that you don't trust Sony with your data, and include a list of all the Sony breaches. Yeah, that's also a really good point too. They denied my request return. I'm 100% leaving a low review. Well, it's more important that you just... It's more important that you just don't go and, what do you call it? That you don't go and play the game, right? Like, if you want to get a refund, you could, but still. So far, active players are staying the same. Yeah, the reason why active players stay the same, throwing a controversy, is this. So, this is all the Helldivers 2 players, and these are the people that are in the community. That are
Oh my god.
So
the mist plus the volcanic.
that's really what the issue is.
Oh my god, that's actually a really good
A
combo.
lot of these people,
Volcano pot plus like
they're never even going
ice.
to hear it. Like you can't get
That was
here.
really good.
You can't get here
It's deleted
see
the
what I'm
health
saying?
bar.
because they're just blocked out. The Death Star, yeah, when it becomes mandatory, it's going to drop a lot in numbers. I don't think that it will. I personally don't think that it will, so it's up to the community to try to express their dissatisfaction and hope that Sony is willing to listen. That's really what I think. Sony has had over half a dozen consumer data leaks in a little over 10 years. I would say that Sony, of all companies, is probably the most hacked service and the most compromised, like, it's got to be one of the most, if not the most compromised company in the last 10 years. It's banks? Well, no, the thing is banks do a better job. I think so. Banks do an even better job. Sony and cards info. Yeah, exactly. No one has been hacked more. Yeah. The day it becomes mandatory, it's going to go down no matter if people like it or not. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I think that you're right a little bit, but I don't think it will be maybe the most 10%. I don't think it's going to be more than that, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'm sorry, the community manager isn't supposed to speak and talk on behalf of the people. Isn't the community manager supposed to speak and... So that's a really great point, that the community manager is supposed to also be the representative of the player base. That it's like, you know, the office space. You know, I'm a people person. The devs aren't people. So I have to talk to the customer, and then I have to talk to developers. Why can't you people understand this? That's basically, you're absolutely right. 100%. But, you know, who knows if that's actually going to happen. So the devs don't have to. Yes. I own a PS5 and a PSN account. Why do you even care? Stop boycotting for the sake of content. I'm going to ask you a question, Dipsy. How many dicks do you eat a week? Be honest. Tell me the truth. We're all waiting. We're all looking at you. Ban me already? Stop harassing the devs? Nope. How many dicks do you eat a week? How many? I want you to tell us the truth. Give us a number. It's really weird that you want to know that, bro. It would be, except for the situation that we're talking about directly is related. You're not giving me a number. That's getting me really worried. Are you embarrassed? If you're embarrassed, it's okay. Maybe the reason why he hasn't said it yet, it's a good point, yeah, is he's still counting in his head. Do a poll on how many dicks you guys think he eats? It's gotta be a lot. Just ban me. You used to love your WoW content, man, but you turned bad. You're unhappy I'm not playing WoW all the time? Okay. So that did answer the question. You eat a lot of dicks. Is that accurate? And that's why I think this is bothering you. Because you're so used to playing that game and eating dicks in that game that whenever you see another community that says, hey, we don't want to eat any dicks, this makes you think, oh my god, have I been eating them all for nothing for all these years? Wait a minute. Am I just a dick eater for no reason? And he still didn't answer the question. Isn't that curious? I think he's embarrassed. Homophobic content? What? You think that I'm talking about gay? You don't have to be gay to eat a dick. What if you're a girl? I don't know if you're a girl or not. So why won't you answer the question?
That is
This
being
is the problem.
homophobic and sexist.
Is you have people like this that like to come in here and talk shit all the time because other people don't want to put up with a bunch of bullshit like this. It's not about having the PlayStation account. Oh, you don't have to buy a WoW token. You don't have to do that. Who genuinely cares about WoW War? You don't even like WoW. You're just complaining. What is this? Why is a mod calling me stupid? I'm no stupid. That's a dick eater. Man. Pull me up and see how many times Sony's been hacked. I know that, bro. Like, we looked at it yesterday. Like, we know Sony's been hacked a lot. It doesn't matter what game you play. You sucked off an anime gacha cock yesterday. Top of the ladder each season. And that's okay. What's wrong with clocks? I'll tell you why. Is that whenever here's the difference, okay? You want to ask me what's the difference between playing Honkai Star Rail and dealing with the gacha stuff in that game versus playing Helldivers 2. It's simple. Whenever I'm playing Helldivers 2, I am expecting to get a good game that I can enjoy, that's fun, that doesn't have any bullshit in it. Same as World of Warcraft. I'm going into it expecting to have a stake. Whenever I play Honkai Star Rail, I go into the game expecting and planning to eat a dick. Multiple, even. Because that's the game. The problem isn't the fact that you're doing it. The problem is it's being put in a restaurant that you didn't go there to order a dick from. That's the issue. You see my point? Is you know you're getting that garbage. You knew it. It's consent. Exactly, yes. Did you see the community manager post? I did. I saw it. I looked at it. People are getting mad at gacha actually becoming more transparent. Yes, gacha, it's more transparent than this. It's not. And so that's what the difference is, okay? The Discord CM said negative reviews help Arrowhead fight Sony and help them walk back the decision. Yes, they're probably going to lose their job for that. But that is, in my opinion, what happens. Community Hub, let's go ahead and look at reviews. Look at that. A lot of negative reviews. People are going ape shit. I'm refunding? Yep, do whatever you need to do, man. Exactly. Also, it's about lying. Gacha games don't lie, don't hide what they're doing. You're exactly right. I really like to see him apologize and owned up to his earlier posts. Yeah, exactly. But there it is. That's what's happened with Helldivers. Leave them a negative review, refund the game, and do so because you love the game, not because you hate it. This is something that, like, this is the right form of... I mean, like, this is the only thing we can do, right? Like, what else can we do? We can't make Sony do anything, right? So, just... you know, vote with your wallet, vote with your feet. That's it.
New World's big announcement. People still play New World?
New World's big announcement. Now, you guys might or might not know this, but New World, let's see how well the game is doing.
Welcome back, friends, to another New World video. So in a recent Forged in Eternum episode, Scott Lane, game director for New World, shared with us that a major announcement is coming for New World at the Summer Games Fest, which starts on the 7th of June this year.
So why is June important? A few reasons. One, it allows us to create a moment because we are planning to announce something pretty big that's going to impact a lot of the players, both old and new. But also, there's this thing called Summer Game Fest that happens in June, and it's a place that we can hit a broad audience with the announcement. It allows us to have a little more impact. and it just makes most sense.
You
for the
know
franchise
what,
to
guys?
do
I
it.
actually
Now, what I
put
wanna
in
do
an
during this
application
video
for
is outline some theories as to
Amazon
what is
Game
likely going
Studios
to be announced during this event, and
implicitly
provide you
to
guys with
help
the evidence that
New World
supports these
get better
speculations. Now, the
cosmetics.
first
It's probably going to just be console support.
never
They're
heard
probably
back
gonna
from them.
announce something about the game going to console. That's a theory? Yeah, let's see.
piece of content that I want to talk
Which
about
is
the
weird,
addition
because
of
their
a PvP
microtransactions
island
are
or a
dog
PvP
shit.
zone. Now this was
Sorry, but that's how it
accidentally
is.
leaked during a PTR
They're so bad.
or public test server
Yeah.
for Season 5. Me and a bunch of other players noticed that upon crossing a threshold at the bottom of Cutlass Keys, you would automatically become flagged for PvP, and there would be
It's
a
called
pop-up
Unbound
basically
Island.
saying that you're flagged for free-for-all or FFA PvP. After this happens, you could attack anyone, even if they're in the same faction as you, even if they're in the same company as you. There was no parties, no grouping. It was basically a free-for-all. Along with this, new perks also appeared in the files of the game that referenced a PvP zone, and specifically also referenced Season 7, which makes sense because that would kind of line up with a June announcement and then the actual update sort of coming around September, October.
The problem with PvP in this game is the fact that the game has a lot of desync. Like, it has iframes, and it has a lot of mechanics that are used for, like, Dark Souls style games, but it has bad netcode, and so you have people that get desynced apart from each other. It's better, but it's not good.
October,
Wars
basically
are so
when
ass,
Amazon
yeah.
does their big
It's
update for
janky.
the year every year so far. Now, Scott Lane also mentions that a
How do you
huge
know that? Because I played the game.
part of the announcement in June will be a PvP thing.
A
Yeah.
huge part of the announcement is going to be a new PvP thing. Can't
Okay.
really say what it is.
So this seems very, very likely what we're going to
PvP
see. A
thing.
chunk of land added to the bottom of Cutlass Keys that requires you to always be PvP flagged while in the zone, and hopefully will involve the ability to collect special resources and gear that work specifically for this area. Now, PvP always-on zones have worked pretty well in other MMOs, for example, Cyrodiil in Elder Scrolls Online, and
I'm
the
not sure.
Wilderness in RuneScape. Now, interestingly enough, New World used to have a PvP always active zone. It was Murkgard. When you entered Murkgard in the alpha, you would be flagged for criminal intent, meaning that you could attack anybody, but they could also attack you. The loot in Murkgard was pretty good for the end game of New World back then, as it still is now with all the chest runs. But criminal intent back then meant you would also drop your inventory upon death. So perhaps they might bring that back for the free-for-all PvP zone.
That would be
That would make it pretty
insane.
hardcore, and I'm sure it would
Yeah.
excite quite a few players for, you know, getting some potential loot off of the
Yeah,
enemies
that'd be
they kill. Now, the
crazy.
next thing, and also the most likely thing that I think is going to be announced for New World at the Summer Games Fest is a console release. Most
Yeah.
likely for
Yep.
Xbox, but also potentially for PlayStation.
This is something they should have done when the game came out. Yeah, it would have been good if they did this when the game came out, but yeah, now is okay too.
5 as well. Now, if this is true and it does happen, it will likely increase New World's play count quite drastically. Right now, the game is often hovering below 10,000 concurrent, and with a huge surge
Below
of console
10,000.
players, even if it's only half of what we got when New World initially
Well,
came
like,
out.
also, like, let's keep in mind that being under 10,000 players, like, there's a couple of other MMOs that you can use as, like, a frame of reference here, is Albion Online has literally more than double that, and that's kind of, like, not a very popular game. And Black Desert, that is also, like, not a super popular game, has oftentimes more than double that, too. Albion, I know, Black Desert and Albion have their own launcher, as far as I know. So, like, that's what I'm saying, right? Is, like, not only are they on other platforms, but they're also higher. So, like, they're higher and they're on other platforms. Where it's, like, with New World, it's only on, really, Steam, and it's lower.
On Steam for PC, you know, we'd still be looking at hundreds of thousands of players. Now, of course, whether they'll stick around, whether the game will be less buggy than the PC release, that's another question.
Yeah.
But from the very standpoint of just getting into
The
a
PC
server
release
and
is
potentially
so
seeing a
damn
queue
buggy.
again, although hopefully not too
Like
big of a
everyone else
queue,
is getting their
I think
end
one of the
game
things that makes New
weapons,
World
but
special and when New
I
World
was locked
really
out of
goes
my
fast
end game
is when you
weapon
walk
because
through
of
Windsboard
quest bug.
And there's a lot of
or
players
leave
there.
Everfall, and
Yeah.
it's just, you know, players as far as
And
the eye
that
can see.
sucked as
Exactly.
being like a
The game thrives off of the social
as like a
nature
day
of it,
one
which I do
player
believe is
of
something
New
that
World.
Amazon need to focus more on, but that's a video for another time.
Well,
Either
that's
way,
the problem. That's why the game died. I think that's a big reason why it died, at least. It's because the servers were all spread apart, and people got on these servers that had declining populations, and then they stopped playing because a lot of the content for endgame was group content. So you couldn't do the group content, and like your server was dying, and you had to pay money to go to another server. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think that New World lost a lot of people because they were going to log in and play the game, and then they decided, you know what, I'm not gonna, like, I log in because like New World is a buy to play game, so you can, if you bought the game when it came out, you can still come in and play the game right now if you want to. And if you do that and you log in and there's nobody in the city, there's nothing more depressing than logging into an MMO and it's dead.
The idea that we're going to see a lot of players back in the game again, and most likely fresh start servers to accommodate those players, I think is going to be good for the game.
The last thing they need to do is make new servers. Like, if they don't have server mesh technology or something like that, they should not make new servers. Just put them on the old servers. The fresh start, like, I think fresh start servers are a mirage. Like, they are exciting, they're super enticing, and then whenever they happen and you get on them, you realize you're just doing the same thing that made you quit the first time.
Provided that PC does have the ability to crossplay with them. If it's like a separate version of the game on console, then that's not really looking too good for the PC community. But either way...
Like, here's the thing, is that New World did a fresh start server, and it went kind of well, but it also went really well because they had a massive marketing campaign behind it. I was part of that marketing campaign. Lost Ark tried to do fresh servers, and it did way worse, actually. And it didn't really go anywhere. So I don't think fresh start is the solution, to be honest.
Because of a overwhelming amount of evidence, first of all, their Lord of the Rings MMO that they're working on, which is being made by New World devs using New World.
I have asked people at Amazon to give me information about this. They refuse to. Whenever I know more, you will know more. They won't tell me anything.
Game engine, they're publishing that on PC and console.
Yes.
There's also files in the game, quests that reference a console pre-release. Recently, as of Season 5, there's been a huge effort towards getting controller working for the game and giving native controller
That's
support.
smart.
Now, Amazon has referenced
This game is
multiple
made for
times that
controller.
they're short on time and resources, but
New
they
World
also
has a
say that
momentum
a lot
issue?
of
Yeah,
time
they do.
and resources went into controller support. So unless they just really want to cater to the somewhat small percentage of the player base that do play with a controller, I think this is more a setup for the future, in my opinion, and that's why there's been so much focus on controller. Another piece of evidence that supports this as well is Amazon is hiring people. They're hiring positions for people.
They're gonna do, like, I'm pretty sure somebody even told me that they're gonna do, like, console. Like, I would bet any amount of money on this. It's insane to me that it hasn't happened already.
To bring their games to Xbox and PlayStation. Now, they do have multiple MMOs that they publish, so this could be another project. But again, I feel like there really is a very, very
Well, the problem really is that this gameplay isn't very good, and that's going to be the main thing that's going to keep people away from the game, is that the gameplay is not good. Games that have good gameplay are good games, and games that have bad gameplay are bad games. And New World right now has bad gameplay. That's the main issue.
Amount of evidence that Amazon is bringing the game to console.
It's junky.
Nothing else, just because it's another platform which they can sell the game on, and I think that's one of the main ways Amazon makes revenue. Because this game is buy to play, there's no subscription model, and honestly, the skins in the store, as you can see what I'm wearing right now, they do make it look pretty goofy, so not that many people buy things on the store, so I believe most of this game's revenue comes from sales, and they can drum up a lot of sales if they can bring it to a brand new market like Xbox or PlayStation. So yeah, the good news is console will come out and will likely bring in a lot of players, hopefully fresh start servers, which, you know, that's always pretty hype as well. That was really hype the first time that was announced, the player numbers spiking pretty significantly, but I do believe that is a very,
Oh,
very
this doesn't have Reign of Eras.
Yeah, it's going to be console.
One of the
Where's
things that
my
we're likely to see announced for New World during Summer Games Fest is the addition of swimming. For those of you not aware, other than the sort of butterfly breaststroke Caesar move that I'm doing right now, there is basically no swimming in New World. Whenever you go into the river, deep water, the ocean, you just...
So, a little context for this. I told everybody that we could wade through the water and we could make it to the other side instead of having to go all the way around. And I have about like 50 people behind me.
Basically walking.
And I thought that we could make it all the way over there. Oh, he skipped it. Yeah, everybody died. Everybody died. I killed everyone.
A video of questions and answers. Scott said that they can't really give us any information about the June announcement. You know, under pain of death, it seemed like many times he said that they want to, but they can't give information, which is again more likely marketing, and that they have a deal with Microsoft and Sony that they can't, you know, unveil the details until Summer Games Fest. But he did say that they want to give clever ways to give information or like hints as to what is going to be added in June. And then towards the end of a video later on, the same video that we talked about at the beginning of this video, they started making a lot of swimming puns.
I hope I didn't drown you with too many questions.
I am so, first off, you're welcome, but I'm really excited for your new show. I think you're going to be swimming in compliments, and you're going to make a massive splash with the players. It's awesome. The one thing I really hope, though, is that you talk to other people on the team, because you don't want to dive in with me anymore. I think like seeing more faces will help this group a lot.
Now, obviously, this seems...
They're obviously going to add swimming, and that's great. The problem with this game, somebody said in chat, is definitely momentum. This game has no momentum, and the cadence of content is too slow to keep people engaged. That's the issue. It's too, that's the problem right there.
Pretty on the nose.
They're so slow to update. It's wild.
Likely, we're going to see swimming added to the game in some way, shape, or form. Whether it will get like a trade skill to support it, like we did with riding, or there'll be scuba gear, things that you can craft, things that you can gather at the bottom of an ocean. Maybe the PvP island will involve swimming in some way. Remains to be seen, or it's just going to be an animation that plays now instead of just walking. Either way,
just swim instead.
Swimming, although seemingly like not really an important thing for the game,
no, it's
it is
not.
something that comes up fairly frequently that I see from players. It's like,
it's just ridiculous that you can't swim. I think that's the reason why people bring it up. It's because it's ridiculous. And also, like, if they add swimming into the game, nothing's going to change. It's not like, oh my god, the game's fixed now.
Mounts in the game, and is there swimming in the game? People who haven't played New World since release, there are mounts. You can mount up now. I can't because I'm in a restricted area. But we still don't have any swimming. But that, again, seems to be a likely addition to the game, probably around the same sort of Season 7, September, October, but being announced at the Summer Games Fest in June. Now, these were the content additions that I thought there was the most solid evidence for. There is a few other things floating around there, like new types of mounts. So I've seen some data mining for a bear mount, but I didn't think that would be, you know, particularly too exciting to include in the video. It doesn't really change the game.
Only female characters get to use that one.
You might have noticed that during PvP Island section, during the perks, there's also perks that list a raid as well. It does also seem that a raid is being added to Cutlass Keys, so likely that Cutlass Keys...
The raids are good. I mean, like, the Sandworm raid was good. Like, we did it. It was hard. But the problem is that it requires a lot of coordination, and it also required, at the time, like, resistance gear for that raid specifically. And I think the problem is, like, whenever you have content like that in a game, if the reward isn't high enough, nobody will do it.
Is getting the first treatment where they're just going to change it into a new zone and add a lot more meaningful content there, like they did with the Elysian Wilds to some degree. Remember, the content not so meaningful, but nonetheless, Cutlass Keys seems to be like it's going to become one of the new sort of end game zones, the replace zones. And yeah, we're getting a raid in there, but there's not too much details on it. It seems to feature Medusa, according to the files of the game, who is an enemy that you kind of fight in
you fight her in the expansion.
So kind of makes sense to add that on. Why she's over on Cutlass Keys, I guess it's just...
Man, I'm already bored. Just like hearing about New World is like making me feel sleepy.
Yeah, having perks and...
I thought you killed her.
That's not a good thing for a game.
The raid and towards the PvP island gives us kind of more to grind for. Which I'm excited for. Maybe it's not super casual friendly, but you
know, doesn't sound excited. Which I'm excited for. Not excited.
Like loot loss PvP does sound pretty fun as well. But I didn't want to drag this video out too long. I just wanted to give you guys the 3 most solid pieces of evidence that we have for a June announcement. We've got about 4 to 5 weeks at time of recording from when this video goes out.
Most people forgot this game even exists.
If any of these things that we talked about excite you guys, is there anything else that you're hoping they're going to announce? I know a lot of people are saying they're just going to announce the shutdown of the game, but no, I actually do believe that...
That would be crazy. All right, guys, here's our big announcement. All right, everybody's here. It's dead. Effective now. We shut it down right now. You can't go back in. Nope, it's it. It's done. Guys, it's been a lot of fun. You've really enjoyed it. We have too, but... You gotta know when to hold them, you gotta know when to fold them, you know? Like, that's it. It would be really funny if they did that.
New World does have a pretty exciting end to the year.
Thanks for the money. No
it is
refunds.
Quite grim right now, but we'll be watching together. So if you guys want to bring some snacks, some popcorn, some drinks along, I'm going to be watching Summer Games Fest on my stream, keeping my eyes peeled for the New World news. If you can't watch the stream live, I'll of course have a YouTube video as well. So make sure you subscribe for that one. Like this video if you like the video, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.
The thing is, man, is like I have been a big New World enjoyer for a long time. Like if you go over, you look at my library, do I even have it installed now? I actually do. I still have New World installed. I have playtime of 300 plus 50. I basically have almost 2,000 hours in New World. I played this game a lot, man. And update it? No, I don't have enough space. I don't want to update another 10 gigabyte update. I'll link you guys the video. Baggins is like one of the few remaining New World creators. I think that half of the people that play New World are actually streamers. But yeah, I think it's going to be a console update, and they're probably going to announce the PvP island at the same time. I think it's probably going to be both. And doing fresh start servers, I think, is a bad idea. I don't think that they need to do that. They just need to consolidate all of the existing servers together and make mega servers. That's what needs to happen. Anything else besides that doesn't matter. Like, they can be like, oh yeah, we're gonna add in all this other stuff. If you log into the game and nobody's there, you aren't gonna be either. You're gonna leave. And that's the real reason why a lot of people quit more than anything. You don't need fresh start for that. You just need good content and server consolidation. I'll be right back. So this guy is this guy played Lost Ark a lot. We'll see what he's a wizard. We'll see what he thinks about PAX Day.
Poof! Greetings, Internet. I hope you're doing well. PAX Day just finished its alpha test.
Yep.
And a lot of people are hyped about the game. I also watched unhealthy dose of internet. I also get hyped myself too.
For waging war against bears and delving deep beneath the earth. This is PAX Day, everybody.
I bet Nixium got super excited about this game, didn't he? I can easily see this being a game. Like, yeah, he's.
Oh my god, I forgot about
playing a
Nixium.
Viking in real life, right? So if you can do it in a game too, yeah, he'd fucking love it.
MMO that is going to shake the market to its core. To shake the market to its core.
Level
Only
60
thing that was
Death
shaken
Knight.
is my head in disbelief how fucking shitty YouTube is. Unbelievable that people hype this game into stratosphere. Okay, it has a nice graphic, it
does.
has some building options, but this game is nowhere near ready.
The wizard has a point. He's right.
Nowhere near. I think you cannot even review this game because it is barren-bone dick that didn't grow the hair yet. It's because it is barren-bone dick that didn't grow the hair yet. It's so early. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years away from its prime time. Personally, I do not understand why they allowed
PAX Day needs like another
so early the development
4 or 5 years.
It should be
I'd say.
high-profile game, not some indie basement project. Okay.
So here's another thing, is that if you play the game solo, I remember Narc played the game solo whenever the first beta came out. Building is more designed and balanced around group play and group collaboration. Not that you can't build solo. Of course you can, but it will take a lot longer.
So you let 10,000 Andes and stoners in. Now what? Your email and Discord gonna get flooded with the wish list. Where are the cut gears? Where are the cut gears? Why I cannot build the castle in the shape of dick? Ooh,
well, you
no
can.
right
You can.
mechanics, smudge. Then the second group genuinely gonna point the problem and the bugs with your mechanics and the systems. So you're gonna spend your time improving and fixing the building or some tool that not even gonna make into the final version of the game. Time is nice spent. And third group, vultures like me that we just gonna circle around and land on your game and shred it to pieces. Ah! 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 Lux! Combat sucks! Ah! Ah! Molding.
He's right. He is. He's crazy, but he's right.
So what's the plan? Or maybe the plan is stay in early access for next 10 years and become Starfield, and just cash out on Copumandis. But what can I say for sure? Game is drifting towards PvE and the casual direction because there is no PvP, there is no destroying the base.
There is PvP, but it's only in certain zones.
Your loot is private, no harm.
The loot is also not private in those certain zones, but in a general sense, yes, it is.
Fights against the environment. You know?
Yeah.
It is what it is. If you want to farm for a week, build your huge ass castle that lags your computer and then show it to your mom, well, that's not a problem. Personally, I like more chaos, drama. You wake up on the morning, your base is gone, your shit is stolen, and then you plot the revenge with your friends to raid the enemy base.
I think he's right. I do. I think he's right. And you need to have that. Like, his perspective of this is... I think that it's not a popular perspective, but I think the reason why it's not a popular perspective is because PAX Day attracted a large amount of people that like building, because that's one thing that the game does incredibly well, better than really any other game almost. So people might be like negative about this because it's not really that audience, but he's bringing up a lot of very good, like, authentic points here.
That's the most exciting part of those games like Rust, you know? And about the MMO part,
he wants medieval
there
Rust.
were some dungeons, but can you really do a dungeon in the game like that? With Zergs, balancing it, all of the issues, you know? Some people want to like experience ride with 70,000 mechanics. Some people don't have wood, have two wood.
It's always a mistake to make an MMO for the super hardcore people. Because super hardcore people will make a game hardcore even if it's not initially. Like, they'll figure out speed runs, they'll figure out challenge runs. Like, look at Dark Souls, for example.
Hands to even dodge one circle of fire, you know? I know we are all waiting for next big game that we're gonna waste 10 years or 20 years
That's
of
exactly
our
right.
life. Oh, let's go, big MMO, I'm gonna come.
Yes, true.
I have the same feelings. But ladies and gentlemen, stay sharp. With rapid advancements of the game engines and AI,
he's right.
Everyone can now fake the game. Just look at me. I spent over 2 decades playing those shitty games. I should be world tier expert, and not long time ago, I got finessed by beautiful graphic and TT armors into believing that, wow, we got new MMO that we can be excited for.
Quinfall?
See by yourself.
Oh, wow. Oh, this looks nice. Oh, wow. Amazing. Let me guess, it's pay to win. I bet it's pay to win, guys.
You can see it behind me now. I'm gonna just make myself transparent. This is NFT cryptocurrency.
No. NFT cryptocurrency cash grab. Crowfall, I've never heard of this game before.
What a cock in the ass.
bootleg version of Tron and Liberty made of on Korea, so they want to cash because Bitcoin is going to the moon and they want to cash some money, so they release it now. I think
it going
March,
back up?
You know? And the game look decent. It
I
have
have to go
mounts,
check mine.
It have booba. It have armor.
I need to
it
restake. I
have
haven't restaked
environment, the menus
in a
working,
few
there's
days.
Skill tree. And then you go into the combat, and what it is? It's auto combat 3-button bullshit, you know? The game is complete fake ass, but it still looks more real than the PAX Day, and they did way more in year than PAX Day in year, you know? And you are getting excited about PAX Day. Why you are not excited about this crypto NFT autoplay MMO, you know? It's even more complete, it have more options that was added over the year. Anyway, composure, focus, don't get swayed by emotion, wait for the game when it's in complete form, play it, and then judge it, then get excited, you know? Okay? Time for the finale. Taking all things into consideration, what I have seen, what's their attitude, what's their progress that they made over last year, what's the progress that industry made, my verdict is, the game gonna eat dick. Or
well, shit!
Industry made, my verdict is, the game gonna eat dick. Or
Game
second
gonna eat
scenario,
dick.
the game gonna stay in early access for 5 to 10 years and then it's gonna eat dick when it's gonna get released.
Damn, those are some pretty bad options.
I hope they're gonna prove me wrong because more good games, better for us consumers and game enjoyers.
True.
The future will tell if I was right or I was wrong. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. Thank you very much for watching and hopefully see you soon, very soon. Poof.
He's right. I'm gonna be honest. I think that he brings up
email
a
and
lot of
Discord-
legitimate points. Because if you don't care about the building in PAX Day, you are not gonna, like, there's no content in the game. He's definitely right. Like, there are some really, really good things with the game. You were kind of hyping it up too. Well, yeah, I'm hyping it up in the context that I think it will keep getting better and the game isn't out yet. I look at a game that's an alpha and I say, this is a really good start. But listen, if they release the game like this, it would die. It would instantly die. We'll see what happens, man. Guess what? The game doesn't even have AoE spells. Well, I think that really none of that
Is
really
there even
matters
anything to fight in PAX
as long
Day?
as the game is actually
I
fun.
don't think there's even any
If the game is
enemies
fun to
yet.
play. Here's the problem, though. I don't think in a lot of cases people are going to enjoy playing it unless the combat is way, 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 way better. The game is only good in the context of it being an alpha. And also the
Also,
way
the
that we
gear
play
and
the
equipment
game
and cost
as like a
physics
group
look
of
super
1,000
sketch.
people that are doing things together, that's not normal. That's not what most people are going to experience the game as. They're going to be playing the game as one or two dudes, and that's it. So yeah, gameplay is key. Yes, the gameplay is key. Absolutely. It's all about the gameplay. If you don't like City, yeah. And so, like, can you compare PAX Day to an MMORPG when it isn't an MMORPG? It isn't? I thought that it was. Social Sandbox MMO. Thank you for your contribution. Anyway, so look at the poor arcade. Yeah, I don't know. And you have faith in Ashes of Creation? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, absolutely. But I think that really the combat needs to be better, and a lot of other things need to be better too. But I am glad at least that they are improving it. But from his perspective, he is completely fucking right. And that's just the truth, man. I feel like that's probably going to be the case with more things like this. But yeah, that's kind of the way that I feel about it.
Honkai Star Rail.
Oh.
What is this?
No one here either.
Uh-oh.
Fence, no
no one's around to entertain us.
Honkai Star Rail.
Stay close to me so that my light can cover you too.
Ooh. Is that
I
too
want to
loud?
see what their rates are, the voice actors for Honkai Star Rail. I'll eventually have to hire voice actors for this game. For Project
Your
Nova.
sister Robin. Uh-huh.
As soon as I and the rest of the crew arrived in Penacony, Mr. Sunday and Robin showed up to greet us. I remember hearing something unusual in her voice, and now it seems I was right.
Robin believed it was because the harmony had been tampered with somehow. But as far as I know, there aren't many entities capable of interfering with the power of paths.
Meaning?
If there really is a traitor within the family, that person must hold a high position or possess unimaginable strength.
Uh-oh.
That would explain why Mr. Sunday has been having such difficulty in catching the traitor.
Yeah. I was on bird alert. I didn't know if there was another bird here. Okay.
The information about Robin, Firefly, and the other victims. I don't see any commonalities among them.
Read a bit.
Rumors were right.
That said that the it was like all the different people that had been victims
Based on
and how
some of
they
these
died.
notes, he's no stranger to death.
He's just surprised that it has resurfaced. This light cone
Oh,
is securely guarded. It must hold some important memories.
looks like it sucks.
According to Robin's interview, despite having performed on so many grand stages, her favorite performance was a pretend show she put on with her brother when they were just kids.
How cute.
I wonder how their relationship is now.
Well, she's dead, so
Growing up brings gains, but also losses.
yeah. So I mean, you know,
Time has a way of smoothing things out. The
it's just the way it
beautiful
is.
dreams will eventually fade away.
Okay. What's this? Okay.
It seems neither the Dream Master of Penacony nor this old Odie is happy with Sunday's recent performance.
Uh-oh.
They don't seem to care much about death. Instead, they're more concerned about the Charmony Festival and the Watchmaker.
Maybe the other family heads don't think death is a big deal. One thing's for sure. There's a lot of internal conflict within the family, and everybody has their own agenda.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's a lot of people.
Mr. Sunday has done some serious research on his suspects. This traitor must have been causing trouble for the family for a long time.
Oh.
They all seem to be insiders, but I haven't met any of them.
Huh? Wait, these characteristics.
What is it?
No, nothing. Maybe I'm just overthinking things. However, if this traitor really exists, could they be responsible for Firefly and Robin's deaths?
Fucking obviously.
Perhaps that's why Sunday is
Fucking
taking this
obviously. What do you
so
think?
seriously.
What do you think?
That's all for
Duh.
me. Nothing more noteworthy.
Before coming here, I had all sorts of
Tectone killed Robin?
dealing with the family. I did not expect an empty
Bro,
mansion.
whenever he said her voice was fucked up because she's been sucking so much dick.
I don't think trespassing on forbidden areas is the way to be a guest.
That was so
Mr.
fucking
Yang.
funny.
And
Uh-oh.
the Galaxy Ranger.
He caught us.
Our apologies, Mr. Sunday. Nobody came to greet us, so we entered without permission. I hope you can forgive us.
But even if there's no one to greet you, you should wait for the host. Don't you agree? Even without the famous Galaxy Ranger. As far as I know, the crew has officially accepted the family's commission, so coming here will be unnecessary for you.
On the contrary, that's exactly why we're here, to ask you about the case and gather more information. We don't want any loose ends.
Well, since you've come with goodwill, I have no reason to show you the door.
Oh.
Rest assured, he hasn't figured out that we went through those documents.
Shut up!
While the truth remains a mystery.
What are you fucking saying that for?
I assure you that the traitor
What's he watching or playing? He's playing Honkai Star Rail.
idiot.
Yeah, Honkai Star Rail.
Prevail soon. I have a question for you, if you don't mind. How did the family come to the conclusion that the murderer was within the family? With all due respect, it's in the IPC's
It's a little
interest to
too-
wreak havoc before the Charmony Festival, and the
I want to say it's a little
family
bit too
has every
cringy for
reason
me to
suspect
play.
the IPC's involvement.
Just like the writing, like the voice acting is really good, right? But the writing is just
suspicions as you.
not so good. I feel like the writing isn't
Murderer
very
would
good.
never have drawn as much attention as that ambassador did.
It's like some.
Not to mention,
It's like the kind of writing I imagine
He's
like
talking
a
about adventuring.
I'll give you a
like a
suggestion regarding your
angsty
suspicions,
teenager,
Mr. Yang.
like an angsty teen girl writing. That's what it feels like
While the
to
wicked
listen to.
can't break through high walls, they can plunge their evil dagger into the heart of the righteous.
Damn.
He's a businessman, not some philanthropist. But right now, he's out there handing out his wealth on the streets. And he went to the Clock Studios theme park all by himself. Who knows what kind of scheme he's cooking up? While the family is dedicated to keeping
Too
our
much
guests
telling
safe,
and not enough showing. It's
it
like
might be wise for you to
most
stay away
anime,
from
which is why I don't really watch anime
never know.
anymore.
what unexpected troubles could arise.
Uh-oh.
According to a Pierpoint hotline tip, there was a major breakthrough in the shocking Ejhazio Aventurine case. The suspect has been arrested.
Damn, we put him in jail?
This fraud case has been linked to many departments within the
Ooh.
International Peace Corporation and the Intelligentsia
Ooh.
Guild, causing a large drain in manpower and resources, resulting in the IPC taking a massive loss.
That's what you get.
The case's main suspect originates from Sigonia 4 and is one of the survivors of the second Katega-Abjin extinction event, who does not carry an interstellar refugee travel permit.
Uh-oh.
As per Strategic Investment Department head Diamond Sentiments, the IPC has appropriately relocated the suspect in the spirit of the Charter and will continue to conduct further investigations as to the motive of the suspect.
Is the IPC like Uno? It's like, wait, what? What's this?
Tell me, do they shine in the dark?
Well, if they did, I'd sell them in a heartbeat.
Oh.
You don't know how many people long for your eyes to be closed forever.
Oh, missed.
Damn.
As a servant, you should not resist your master. Yet, you went and killed that man anyway.
Oh. Uh-oh. Who you kill?
No lawyer had the audacity to defend you. Perhaps you ought to represent yourself.
Not difficult.
Fuck.
But definitely pointless.
Oh well.
You're pretty confident on your eloquence. Did you also think that when you lied to the Intelligentsia Guild?
Uh-oh.
You wanted
It's a well-developed personality. Two of them, I'd say.
All I did was offer a possibility.
Cha-cha.
It was just a small wager. If your luck holds
Am I
out,
playing too
the
much video
IPC
games,
will take
Chucho? Is
something
that why
up
you're
in
white?
the golden sands of Ejhazio.
playing too much video games. I gotta go to work soon. It's almost time. By the way, guys. I gotta go work on exanimas.
Grand scheme failed to benefit anyone in the end, including the perpetrator himself.
That's a single player game. I thought it was an MMO. Yeah, it's a single player game.
To be brought before you for the next high-stakes gamble.
Then let's talk about the second gamble.
I like the voice acting in this game though. The voice actors, whoever they are, they're doing a good job.
My life.
The art isn't too bad either.
I bet you won't send me to.
But just like the writing is like letting it down the. I just like it's just like too. Like everyone's like so freaking dramatic for like what reason?
I have something to say.
And then what?
Just ask for money?
It can't be that simple, can it?
It is that simple. 30 tanpas. The remainder of my market value. 30 tanpas. No more, no less.
Chocho. Hey Chocho.
With this money, I'll climb to even greater heights than you. Grasp even more riches than you. I wager you won't give me this chance. Which is why you should call.
Where's the host?
Yeah, he wants $30.
Oh, he's still up there.
Interesting. A pity Diamond won't see you. No one.
Her name's Jade. She doesn't have any green. Yes, she does.
From here on out,
Nothing.
I am Diamond, and I will decide on his behalf. You're wrong. 30 Thomas. He'll give you that.
Okay, rainbow stone arrows.
Much more than that. Wealth, status, power. The IPC will give you whatever you want, even what you don't want. Kakavasha. A good name, but unfortunately destined to be buried in the dirt. You, though, you deserve to live, to create even more wealth. Pick the course you like, then choose your desired identity.
Uh-oh.
Guys, I gotta go. I gotta play with Chocho, give him some attention, and then I gotta go get to work.
People can't always make the right choices in their lives.
See you guys later. I might have a stream later tonight. We'll see how I'm doing energy-wise. Yeah, take care.
Is it
See ya,
because
Rusty.
Diathra blesses me?